Alrighty, coming out. Gonna do a little scratching. Then I'll probably eat my lunch, which I won't film, and then I'll make some art. But I figured I'd include the scratchies today. Sorry, I'm a little nasally. 1, 6, 11, 13. Here we go. Nope. Nothing in the 20s. I can just go right by, not even fucking check. Oh yeah. Dancing around it. We're on to bonus numbers. Nothing. Nothing. Bull. Moving on. 26, 8, 11, 22. Ooh, always with the fucking 18 right off the bat. All right, nothing. Just fucking me. Okay, fine. We got one left. Nothing. Moving on now. So it's actually gonna make a 3x3 grid of these and make a picture out of it eventually. So, I mean, I only needed 2 more to complete the grid, so I got them. And if I won on that, this one, it would be super fucking cool because I wouldn't have any extras. Oh, I don't know what my deal is. I don't know if it's allergies, I'm getting a little sick. I don't see nothing. 8, 7, 11, 4. Whoa. 3 fucking losers in a row. 15 bones down the drain. See you later. See you next Friday. Alright, I'm gonna have a little lunch, then we can draw. And hopefully this will clear up a little bit after I eat. And I'll be a little less nasally. Alright. Wimmy, wham, wham, wazzle. What's happening, dudes? Let's see here. I'm just trying to get this fucking set up. I'm still deciding what I want to do. Yeah, let's just fucking draw. Still nasally. Still fucking nasally. If I can draw this without focus is on the hand. Yeah, let's do that. Gonna do that. Alright. So we're drawing. We're talking. I'm trying not to hit the camera stand. I had a Caesar salad with steak. Steak was a bad choice. That was my lunch. Because the chicken's always good. And the steak is more expensive, so I expected it to be amazing. But it was just well done fucking thick cut roast beef. Which was lame. But it's a pizza shop, so I don't know what the fuck I was expecting. I guess I was expecting that quality to transition along with the higher price point, but you're just paying for a different thing. Anyways, then I did a little writing. I read The Artist Way, or I listened to the audiobook of The Artist Way a while ago, probably during the pandemic, and they had a lot of instruction. One is like, take yourself on an artist date It's basically just an outing by yourself to do something, creative or just nurturing. It could be a meal. Sometimes I go to the galleries, but I don't do it that often. I used to go to the galleries a lot more. I haven't in the last month or so. It's a niche. Gotta go see what other people are doing. But it could be anything. It could be going fucking bowling. But I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just be doing this type of shit. Call me crackers. But I like making the art. But another thing, which I wasn't digging at first, but have come to love, it's writing. 3 pages, longhand. I forget the difference. I guess it's longhand just means like you just write out every word. Shorthand is like your own secret fucking code. Longhand, and then you just pack it away. You just do the writing. You don't go and review it later. At least I don't think you do. I think you're just supposed to. Some people just fucking even burn it and shred it up. But anyways, I've gotten good at it, and I can just kind of bang it out. It's 3 pages. Takes me like 20 minutes if I'm like uninterrupted. I put on some instrumental music, and I just go to fucking town. I forget why I was writing about it, but I started writing about the preposition song, and how that's where like English class kind of lost me. I remember the preposition song. About, above, across, after, against, among, around, at, before, beside, between, by, down, during, except, for, from, in and to, near, above, on, over, through to, toward, under, up, are our prepositions. And then I couldn't even remember if it was preposition or proposition, propositional phrases. And then, you just write about anything. And then I started writing about where math lost me. High school math. I think it was like a pre-calculus class. We started getting into sine and cosine. And I think a big part of it that lost me was just like every fucking year they're like, you're not always going to have a calculator. You're going to need to know how to do mental math. So I was a fucking ace. I worked my balls off to just like be good at math. That was what I would doodle during math. I'd fucking do math problems. And I got really good at mental math. I fucking aced the math MCAS. It got me a scholarship to a state school, which I blew. But and then fucking pre-calculus comes along and they just change their fucking tune. And they're like, oh, there's this new fucking math you gotta learn. You need a fucking calculator. You need an expensive calculator. And you're not gonna be able to do it without it. Which is just like, it's like when they taught us how to use cursive and they're like, this is how you're gonna write from now on. And then come fucking high school, your teachers are like, why are you writing in cursive? And it's like, because that's what they fucking told me in 3rd grade. And they're like, nobody does that anymore. I'm like, you fucking serious? Anyway, that's my gripe with fucking education. And, that was like senior math. That was a fucking nightmare. I blew off the class because my guidance counselor was just like, yeah, you're all set to graduate. And then like, she just wanted to check in to see what I was doing. And then a week later, she calls me down and she's like, hey, I just want to talk to you because like, you're going to fail math. And I'm like, yeah, you told me I was all set. I had enough credits to graduate. And she's like, oh, really? And she's like, oh, because you took accounting, right? And I was like, no, I never took accounting. And she's like, oh, well, you need to pass math. And I'm like, you stupid asshole. I've been blowing off this fucking class for weeks because you told me I didn't need to fucking have the credits. And I was so heated. I've never been more heated at an adult and showed it to them. And she was just like, well, good luck, dick. And yeah. So I had to fucking pass with that. And I needed a 97 on my final if I was going to pass the class, because I was failing. And then, of course, someone steals the test. And I'm thinking, well, like, this is the only way I'm going to fucking pass. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to study. I studied my fucking balls off. And then, like, going into the final, like, that day, it was the last class of the day. And I got offered at least 4 times from 4 different people to fucking cheat. And I didn't. I just kept turning it down. I was like, you know what? I studied my balls off. I'm fucking studying right now. I literally had my math book out in every other class, just trying to literally learn how to do fucking pre-calculus. And you know what's funny? I actually started learning it. But, like, there's no way you can cram for a fucking final. I'm not that smart. And, you know, final starts, I'm just staring at the page, and I start doing the math in my fucking head as to, like, what I need to pass. And I'm like, I need to get every answer right. And, you know, I can't even get one of these questions completely wrong. I can only get it half wrong. Like, I would have to get the answer right. And, but I just said, fuck it. I was like, fuck it. I'll do summer school, whatever. And I just started taking the test. And people are just, like, passing the fucking test back and forth. They're just being real fucking cavalier about this. And all of a sudden, she just goes, like, stop. Fucking stop. We all stop, and she just starts inspecting everyone's shit one by one, going down. She's like, nobody fucking move. And, like, half the class gets caught with this fucking copied test that's identical to what we're taking. And she's just pissed. And whoever she can't find it on, she lets us finish, and everyone else who got caught cheating just has to fucking sit in silence. And I knew some of the people who didn't get caught that were cheating, but I was just like, oh, good for them. But, yeah, there were answers I left fucking blank. And I knew I didn't get a 97, of course. But I went to her, one of her, like, sophomore classes, I think the next day, and I just walked in and I was like, hey, just came to see if I'm gonna graduate. And she started, like, tearing up, and she's like, you didn't cheat, did you? And I was like, nope. Like, I'm not gonna tell you who, but I got offered to cheat like 4 fucking times. And she just started crying, and she's like, you got a 62, but I'm gonna give you a 97. And I was like, thank you. I looked at all the fucking kids in the class. I was like, don't fucking cheat. You can be like me, scraping by. That bugged me. Thing is, like, I don't even think I was, like, adverse to cheating because, like, of a noble thing. I think I just got scarred because I helped someone cheat in 7th grade. And I got caught. And I got, like, publicly shamed by Mr. Lynch. And it was, like, this kid David who was, like, the size of a fucking gorilla who I was helping. So it was, like, He was a loose cannon. Like, he used to just beat the fuck out of people once a week. And I was like, you know what? This ain't worth getting my ass kicked over. I'm like, here you go. I'm gonna need that back by the time the class happens. Come class, I'm just like, hey man, I need that fucking homework. And he's like, it got taken away from me. And I'm like, you fuck. You stupid fuck. And then, like, the whole class was just like a public shaming. Just me getting ripped apart. We had to read our answers aloud, and they were fucking identical. And then just like the bashing. It was like open season. And of course, fucking David didn't give a fuck. David beat the shit out of someone once a week, and they wouldn't even expel him. But yeah, it was a little rough. I think it traumatized me for the best. I never cheated after that. Yeah, so that's what I wrote about. Yeah, it's been healthy. It like just gets all the fucking juices flowing. I'll start just planning out the things I need to do for that day. And I just get them down on paper, and it just kind of commits me to them. Not that everything gets done. I'll put like, hey, do the dishes. It's like I was going to say 50-50, but more like 30-60 chance I'll go through with something like that. But, you know, creatively, if we need to do something artistically or something for somebody else. So what's this? This is fucking pretty cool. This is a 7x8. And while I was matting the 7x7 I just finished, I realized I almost like it kind of things going right to the edge instead of showing all of it, just kind of hovering in the center. Almost like you're missing out on something. Like this is just the focus. So I'm going to extend things past the line, and when I frame it, I will, leave this part out. So it'll give you the impression, maybe there's more. Maybe there's fucking more. But it'll be an illusion, and it's just going to look cool. Yeah, I hope the audio's recording on this, because I just saw the little signal about my fucking AirPods, and I don't know if it's like listening or if I'm just talking and it's getting video and you guys can just hear the fucking air conditioner or nothing. But who knows, guys? We'll see. I don't want to stop right now, so I'm not gonna do that. This is a little bit more complicated, but it's basically I'm doing a kind of colored biomorphic blob type thing, and then a line sequence. Hey, Dev. And then a sequence that's kind of like this erratic shape. And I do that. I do the erratic shapes by using a random number generator. And that I do 1 through 13, because that's all the colors I use. I use 13 different colors. And then I start from the outside. I use these kind of ghosts, which are from the last project on the previous page. And I use those as a guide. So, yeah, gonna take a little break. And we're back. All right. I had to shit. There was also some folks in the room. and I felt weird recording with them around. Yeah, and you know, I also knew I was gonna have to do a sequence coming up, and I used my phone to look it up. It's on random.org to get a random sequence of numbers. So I went and got that done. And I made myself another cup of coffee. Some good old instant coffee. I use, actually brought it over to show you guys, Mount Hagen. Yeah, let me see if I can focus. Mount Hagen Organic Fair Trade Coffee Instant Freeze Dried. This little guy, 3.53 ounces. It says it makes 50 cups, maybe 50 cups of weak coffee. Maybe 50 cups of weak coffee, I said. I don't know, probably more like 30 cups, but that's a steal. Because I think this is like $8, maybe more. So yeah, that's a fucking steal, especially because it tastes good. And I just put sugar in it anyway, so I don't give a fuck. As long as it doesn't like rip up your insides like the old Bustelo. Bustelo will fucking kill you. Bustelo instant coffee. Stay away. It's not good for you. Probiotic using health nuts like myself. Am I right? Alright. So I got, oh shit. Can't even see. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Alright. So, moving on. I'm gonna just finish this up. It's gonna be, I'm using the orange, but I'm gonna come in with the brown. Afterwards, I use like the real dark sepia brown. It's almost black. And I'm gonna come in with the lighter brown, so it's more like a transition. It's already kind of a transition, but I figured I'd deepen it a little bit. And then we're gonna move on to the sequence. But you know, this is gonna take a while. So hold your fucking shoes. Oh, I got the Joe's AirPods is connected again sign. So we'll see how this fucking audio comes out. I checked on the last video while I was shitting. The audio did record, so thank goodness. So I'm not too worried. We'll see. We'll see. And you know, I think the Apple product, this iPhone, is good. And I also had to change the orientation of the camera. I forgot I was doing this for YouTube, so I need to turn it sideways, because we don't need an up-down on a sideways, and then it just gives me more to edit when I do an up-down, and it's gonna look silly. If any of that made any sense. So let's start doing the sequence. As you can see, 12 is the first one. So that's my green pen. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Mr. Green, 13. You didn't even see all those colors, but oh well. And I'll show you what I do. See this here. Maybe I'll zoom in. See, that is some yellow left behind from the previous drawing. And this is how I'm incorporating it into this new drawing. And so that outside color is the green. Here we go. And it's not like I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm just using it as a, you know, like a base, a stencil, a guide. A guide in the woods. I'm not going to subject you to a lot of this. I've already been filming for 19 minutes from between the scratch ticket and the the last video, the drawing video, before people came in and I got nervous and I told you guys the story, the cheating story. Also, big thanks. I got 15 views on the last video. So, I'm sure 2 of those were like me. So the other 13 of you, thanks a million. Hey, Scully. All right. And, that yellow is just kind of a guide. But I'm just going to add this little knob. Boop. And, yeah, that was like this video quality isn't ideal. That's kind of like a light green. I'll point to where else I've used it. It's like right there, if you can see at the bottom. I'll center it because I don't know if it's going to get cut off on the YouTube. It's this light green color. It looks darker on here. This is great. Alright. I'm going to zoom out, because you don't need to see that. Gray's bigger. It's fucking big shitty gray pen. It's clumsy. Boom. Like magic. There it is. Yeah. I'm gonna go get to work. This is a little guy that we worked on the other day. And he's pretty much done. The drawing anyway, so I'm gonna mount it on like a square piece of wood. Already got the wood. Probably won't show that. I'll just probably show you the done when it's done and go from there. And yeah, I'm gonna start drawing this guy next. And that's it. Thanks for watching.